Congratulations, LEGO, you've managed to do it again and disappoint your biggest fans with another terrible release of a LEGO set. Let's take a little trip back down memory lane for the year. Obviously, 2020 has been a pretty rough year for releasing things, and with the cancellation of Comic-Con and Star Wars Celebration, LEGO was left with some leftover sets to go ahead and release to the Americas because the boxes were specifically made for America. So other countries are already getting, or feel like they're getting shafted, even though they would have never have been able to access these sets to begin with. But that aside, which is not the point of this video, these sets have been handled horribly from LEGO, released in convoluted ways that at sometimes weren't announced, and people have been given incorrect information. I feel like I've been given and given out incorrect information based on things that I was told, and ultimately it's just left many people with a sour taste in their mouth and very disappointed, to be quite frank. Now, a lot of these frustrations started back when LEGO released this, the Bespin Duel Set, and this was a Target exclusive coupled with Lego.com, and you could also find it in some Legoland Discovery Centers and some other little stores, but mostly a Lego and Target exclusive. It is unknown exactly how many were made, however, it was supposed to be a Star Wars Celebration exclusive, and as such, was limited. Many people did miss out on this because they didn't know when it was going to come out, or whatever the case may be, and LEGO obviously didn't properly limit how many you could buy. Now, the argument, of course, always comes back to scalpers bought them all. I don't necessarily think that's the case. I think that there are just a lot of LEGO Star Wars fans that want exclusive things like this, and so when maybe someone watching this video, when you get a set like this, you're not immediately posting a picture of the internet. You just got it, you're going to put it in your collection, you're not going to talk about it, and so I think a lot of people that want these sets do get them, but of course then there's the vocal people that didn't get one and that are upset, and then you see the people that are scalping it, and that's a problem, and that problem has only been exacerbated by the most recent release of the Nebulon-B Frigate, and might I say, it is an absolute damn shame the way LEGO handled this one, especially given the knowledge of what happened with their Bespin Duel set, and of course sets like the File First Battle Pack and how in demand those have been. You would think they would have learned a little something for this particular set. Alas, they did not. You see, the Nebulon-B Frigate was revealed back in like early October through a Lego.com error with their instruction manual thing that you saw a picture of it basically, and I did a whole video on that, and that was great and fine and dandy. We got the pictures, right? That's not a big part of this. However, the big part of this is that it was found out that the release would be sometime in mid-November, and it turned out that the official release date for this set was November 14th. Now, the exact date is not entirely important, but that was the exact release date of this set. If you want it now, you're going to be paying on scalpers on eBay or Bricklink or Mercari or wherever. You're just not going to be getting it through LEGO or Amazon for retail price. And here's why. Back on October 14th, again, this is a month prior to the official release of this set, like October 14th, I received notice through like an Instagram DM that you could actually buy this on Amazon. Now, the listing didn't have the picture of it, it didn't have the name of it, it just said LEGO Star Wars CC 2020. That was the only descriptor, and you couldn't even find the listing page. If you clicked on it, it'd be like, oh, this page can't be found, but you could buy it. So I did buy 3 of them through that link, and this was, again, before I even had this one that I bought on eBay from someone who got it from a Legoland Discovery Center early, but that's a whole other thing that's not important to this. So I bought those, not knowing exactly what I was buying, but with a pretty good idea given what the description said, but still no picture. You couldn't find this listing on Amazon with just searching. You actually could only find it on the LEGO Star Wars landing page down near the bottom, which is not a page I would wager too many people visit going looking for sets a month early. And so I was able to purchase 3 of these, as were many other people. They were able to purchase, I think the limit was 3, but I'm sure you could, as Amazon does, you could just order duplicate orders again and again and again. And I heard from a source that somebody ordered 700 of these. Now, I cannot verify that is true. I have not seen the picture of the guy with 700. I haven't seen his like order page that he ordered 700, but I heard through a reliable source that someone somewhere bought 700 of these, and at most I would say there's 10,000 of these. Most Comic-Con exclusive sets usually run about 5,000, so I would say that's a more accurate number, but at most 10,000. That's a significant number for one person to have, and so this is a problem, right? You basically, if you're Amazon, a month before the official release, without any knowledge of this set being available, have sold a bulk of your stock before the set has ever come out. And I'll tell you why I think they definitely sold a bulk of their stock. If you guys remember the Taskmaster's Ambush set, I used Amazon affiliate links to push both of these sets. The Taskmaster's Ambush set, of course, huge thanks to you guys who use my Amazon links. It's actually insane. I sold about 600 of them through my Amazon links, right? That's a lot. And I'm wagering, because they're both San Diego Comic-Con sets, that they would have had the same exact number of sets available. And now with the Nebulon-B Frigate, I put up my link as soon as it was available, and the set only sold just north of 100 with my Amazon affiliate link. And you would see it's a Star Wars set. You would think, of course, with my following, even more people would buy it. But alas, that was not the case, because most of them were already sold, and thus the set sold out faster, not allowing for more people to be able to buy it through the link. And therefore, I think that's pretty damning data that Amazon actually sold somewhere in the range of about 80% of their stock before most of you even knew that you could buy the set. And that's a huge problem. Now, November 14th comes around with the official release day of this set, and Amazon has it up for sale in small quantity, but they had it up for sale at the very least, so you can give them some credit. Lego also had it up for sale, and Lego, I think, is a huge offender here too, because Amazon did a lot of people dirty, I think, by selling a lot of them prior to the release of the set. Lego also did people dirty, and Lego should know better at this point. I mean, if you have a problem with the way Lego handled this, 1000% contact their customer service. Writing in my comments or in someone else's comments that scalpers bought them all isn't gonna fix shit. It's not. I'm gonna be honest. The thing that's gonna fix something is berating Lego, because they done goofed real bad. So here's what happened. Lego, at midnight on November 14th, put up the Nebulon-B Frigate for sale. All fine and dandy, right? People put their orders in. I even put another order in because I figured, hey, why not? Because when I buy these things to use as like gifts or to use as giveaways type of things. So the 3 that I got from Amazon, I'm using as gifts. Like, I'm not reselling them. But I figured, hey, why not get 3? The limit on Lego.com was 3, and that is a red flag to start with. But I ordered 3 more. Why not? Maybe I can give one to my brother, my cousin, gifts. I think they make great gifts. And I know a lot of other people ordered 1, 2, or 3. And so I thought everything was fine and dandy, because the set was available from midnight until maybe like 12:30 or something. I know it went out of stock like in the middle there at like 12:14, but it came right back in stock like 5 minutes later. And I think I ordered on the second half of that in stock period, because I get an email like the next day that's like, your Lego order is on back order. We'll ship it within 60 days type of email. And I'm like, okay, great. And I think a lot of people got that email because a lot of people were a little worried about it, whatever. And I got an email, I think the next day, from a viewer named Lawrence. Lawrence really put a dagger through my heart. And I'm actually going to send him one of my 3 that I have extra. Let me just read you his email though. He says, hey Ryan, I have a very important question for you. And important it is, as it turns out. Did you hear of anyone else affected by Lego.com overselling the Nebulon-B Frigate exclusive set? If not, here's what happened to me. So at this point in time, there was not a lot of information on this. This was November 15th, like the day after release or whatever, and I hadn't heard of anyone else affected by it because no one had released. We're going to get to it. Everyone's basically gotten cancellation emails now. I'll show you that. But he says I was lucky enough to order 2, or so I thought. I noticed the next day my order said waiting for new stock, so in a panic, I called Lego customer service, and the supervisor told me I won't be getting one. He said they oversold them and my 2 orders will be canceled, so naturally I am devastated. And so I feel for Lawrence because I think that's bullshit, quite frankly, and have a multitude of issues here. So first off, Lego overselling their own stock. Like, on a basic level, how many do you have? How do you sell more than how many you have? Because you put the number in the stock system or whatever it is, and it stops selling them when they sell out. I think that's how their stock system works. I think it's pretty straightforward.
How many M&Ms did you find? 1, 2, 3, 4. What are you doing?
Counting my M&Ms.
You're only starting to count them now?
The hunt was yesterday.
As a general rule, I don't start counting until the day after.
Why?
I don't know. No one knows.
Why didn't you count the M&Ms as you found them, or at least like do little counts along the way?
I hadn't even looked. I couldn't have even given you a ballpark.
Well, get on with it.
10, 11, 12...
Why are you counting them so slowly?
Oh, have you seen this meme? Wait, hold on. I just found all these other M&Ms. Okay, we're gonna start the count again.
And so they have somehow oversold this exclusive set that there's only so many of in such a massive way that I've gotten so many people, I just put out a tweet, and Twitter is like a fraction of my following, but I got a substantial amount of replies of people saying they also got their orders canceled, and I asked for proof, so it just wasn't people saying they got their orders canceled, right? I wanted like the real, like, hey, here's my screenshot of my thing getting canceled. And so we have Dalek Bricks, Ethan, Chase, Michael, Logan, Leppy, Ninja Warrior, George Pogo with a great Kevin Malone picture. Those are all people who said they got their order canceled. And again, I think that's just a small sample size. There are plenty more people affected by this. Let me know in the comment section below if your order specifically was canceled as well, because this is a disaster. This is an absolute disaster, an absolute sham by LEGO to be running this. So here's another issue with it. Maybe you caught it earlier. The Lego.com limit was 3 per person. Why is it 3 per person? You have a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive set that you know damn well you have, maybe, if you're LEGO, especially because you've given half to Amazon or whatever their distribution of that is, you have maybe 2,500 of, maybe, and you know, the LEGO Star Wars fan base is rabid, and they want one, right? You did a vote for this earlier in the year for a UCS version. You know, it might not have won, but there's still some demand there. And on top of the fact that it's San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and even though I wanted the UCS gunship, I still think this is a fine set. I love this set. I think it's probably my favorite San Diego Comic-Con set. And they put a limit of 3 on Lego.com. If I walk into a LEGO store today to buy one of these, there is a limit of 1. If I walk into a LEGO store. Online, the limit is 3, but play with me. The limit is 1. Of a mass-produced battle pack, you can only buy 1 of if you walk into a LEGO store. But 2,500 exist of this set through LEGO, and you can buy 3. Yippee! So LEGO's just screwing over their customers. And the cherry on top of this, to me, is that you have other sets on Lego.com that have a limit of 3. Plenty of other LEGO sets have a limit of 3, which is the same as this, and this is not a mass-produced set. Like, battle packs have a limit of 3. That's utterly ridiculous. How does a battle pack have a limit of 3? It's a set you're supposed to buy and buy and buy and buy to build your army. That's what the original concept of the battle packs were. LEGO seems to not care about that. And then you have sets like the Child, the Mandalorian the Child, which is a mass-produced set. It's going to be available for 2 years. Has a limit less than the limit of this. The Mandalorian's Child has a limit of 2. This had a limit of 3. Riddle me that, bro. Nobody from LEGO is ever going to talk about this. The only thing you'll ever hear about it is this video, and then people in the comments will tell me, why are you complaining? You just get things for free. That's what's going to happen, I swear to God. LEGO won't talk about this. They'll never apologize to you. If you contact their customer service, sure, they'll give you some VIP points, but what is $10 of VIP points to having a really cool Comic-Con exclusive thing? It's not. It means nothing. It's actually garbage. So I have a small thing to add to this video that I realized while editing. Back when the Taskmaster Ambush set came out on Amazon.com, it specifically had a hard limit of 1 per person. So sign in your Amazon account, you could only order 1. So seeing them be able to sell 3 or apparently up to 700 of the Nebulon-B Frigate is honestly appalling and disgusting. Like, let's be honest. So you can see someone somewhere effed up real big, but that's just the way it goes, I guess. At the end of the day, LEGO has failed a large number of their customers, and now scalpers are, of course, reaping the benefits. Now, I, once again, am very opposed to the idea of going out and saying scalpers bought them all, because that is most certainly not the case. There are plenty of people that I know that were able to purchase Nebulon-B Frigates from either LEGO or Amazon for their personal collection and are very happy with their personal experience. But of course, there is probably an even greater number of people who are not so happy with the experience because LEGO failed to limit the number of sets. Like, whoever is in charge of this should be fired, because that's it. Like, dude, if I was in charge, there would be a limit of 1. Pretty straightforward. I don't know how you've effed that up. I really don't understand it on a real basic level. You just limit it to 1. Like, I feel frustrated for you guys. Like, I was able to get one. I paid like $200 for this one, be it, but I mean, I got one. That's fine. Like, I'm not hugely affected by my personal Lego.com order being canceled, but like, it would have been nice to have as gifts. That's all I know. At the end of the day, LEGO screwed you over. I feel sorry for you. There's not much I can do other than make a video talking about it, to be honest. No one at LEGO seems to care. Like, let's be straight. LEGO's motto is only the best is good enough. And this is why I get irrationally, I don't know if you want to call it irrationally. I'm sure a lot of people are just as upset, if not more upset as I am about this, because I already have the set. But the people that ordered one and wanted one and were excited for one, like, you got screwed. Straight up, you got screwed. And that's just wrong. And LEGO can't fix it. They're not going to be able to fix it. They're going to offer you some VIP points. Tell them to F off. Like, it's a VIP program anyway. It's just sad that this is the way LEGO treats their Star Wars fans, like that clearly just want to buy their products because they put out good products, and Lego's just selling them off to, you know, a number of people that actually want the set. And of course, there's a very large number of, you know, it was really sad. It was really sad because the very second I go on eBay to check like newly listed Lego Star Wars things, as much as I can, just because that's how I find deals on stuff. It's a numbers game, right? And I went on like shortly after midnight on that night, as I do, just looking for deals on stuff, and I quickly realized I would not be finding any deals that night because the entire eBay page was filled with newly listed, order confirmed pages of I got a Nebulon-B Frigate, it's $85, order confirmed, Amazon, Lego.com, order coming, buy it now, $100, you know, like, oh my god, it was actually insane. It's really sad to see what it's become. That's not going to change though. Like, people are going to exist and resell. That's just capitalism. I'm not against the concept of capitalism, but there are things that Lego can do to limit how effective that is. So Lego's not doing those things though, and that at the end of the day is the problem. I don't want to sit here and fault the people that are going out and reselling it. Like, I know it sucks, it's stupid, you hate it, but like, it's not their fault Lego let them buy 3 or Amazon let them buy 700. You have to put more emphasis on these companies to put as many roadblocks in the way as possible versus people who are like, I mean, especially in a year in 2020, maybe some of these people lost their job, like just trying to make an extra $20, you know? I don't know. I try to look at it from both sides, but I would really try to put more blame on Lego and Amazon for selling it in ways that are palpably unfair, I would say, in a lot of ways. You know, why wouldn't Lego just make it a VIP exclusive where you have to have your VIP account, you can only order 1 per VIP account per household? Like, bro, like, shit. So dumb. All right, guys. Again, let me know in the comments below if you were affected. If you enjoyed this big old rant, smack that like button. Subscribe for more rants about Nebulon-B Frigates. I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.